Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. Find yourself a sturdy and comfortable seated position. And here you can have your eyes open with your gaze down, or you can have your eyes closed. It's up to you. And just begin to settle in by recognizing this moment. Not by thinking about this moment, not by naming this moment, just noticing what you notice. And we start to let go of any kind of future, any kind of trying to get somewhere with meditation. A way I like to frame this is to say that just we sit here for no reason at all, noticing this moment for no purpose, no meaning, just this. There's nowhere to go, nothing to do, and there's no one to become. And I'm probably catching you thinking right now. Doesn't matter about what, but there's some sort of thought that is taking you away from the moment. So instead of trying to notice the moment as this kind of general thing, we can bring our attention to something a little bit more specific, something that only happens now. So gently bring your attention to the breath. and simply watch it go in and out for no reason at all. And when you notice that you are thinking again, simply return to the breath again. You don't need to be perfect. You will get lost in thought. But we just gently come back to the breath. Very simple. Just leave all judgments about this practice alone and keep returning to the breath for no reason, no purpose. Come back. Come back to the breath. Remember, we're not pushing thoughts away. We're not trying to stop thinking. We're not trying to clear the mind. Let the mind think what it wants to. Just let them come and go. Only remain with the breath and regard thoughts like sounds outside the window. Back to breathing in and out. Yesterday, I talked about how we like to put everything into boxes conceptually, where I described a map, a map of like or a globe, and you look at just the green territory, and it's much different than the political map, the one that has all the, you know, countries outlined, territories. There's a big difference. We're always trying to put everything together so we can talk about it, so we can communicate, so we can fight over it. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing in terms of, civilization, and there's a lot of good to it in a way. But of course, nothing is always just good. It has a lot of downsides. And one of those downsides is that trying to have knowledge constantly isn't so wonderful for our well-being. We I mean, if you're like me, a very analytical kind of person who is just constantly thinking and constantly organizing thoughts and putting things and learning about new things and new words, and that can become difficult for the mind. Because you see, as a child, we're so free. A child isn't bound by the ideas and concepts. It's not thinking of in groups and out groups. The child's never worried about which political party you're on, or what your gender is, or what your sex, like what your sexual orientation is. They don't care. Let's have fun. Let's go do this. What's that? Totally present, free from the knowingness. Now, again, knowing things, knowledge is extraordinarily important. But if we don't know how to leave that alone and just come to experience itself, we're bound by kind of abstractions. Which side of the line are you on? You're evil. I'm good. I'm on the good side. You're on the bad side. I mean, racism is because of this kind of thinking, uh, political fighting, uh, hating coworkers. It's all part of this in group, out group stuff, gossip. So, practice is interesting because we're not finding purpose or finding meaning. We're seeing what is here before all that. We're just being rather than being something. We're not being this or that. We're not being friendly, unfriendly, a good person, a bad person, a male, a female. We're not, none of that. Just being, being itself. Awareness that doesn't have color, doesn't have form, doesn't have a political association, isn't tired, isn't happy, isn't sad. Because when we come back to this kind of, well, it's silly even to, we don't come back to it. We are it. We are already free from all of these ideas and concepts, but we just pay attention too close to the thinking stuff, to the ideas, to the conceptual, because we're taught that way. Children, you know, we're taught that way. Nobody is born racist. Nobody is born knowing what country they're in. We learn that along the way. We become that. We are just obsessively thinking over it. So this moment is already free from all of the ideas. This moment, although I may say floor, camera, ceiling, lights, window, whatever, it doesn't come at us that way. So Sun Sung Sanim would say, we say that the sky never looked over at us and said, hello, guys, I'm blue. I'm the sky. No, we said that. Trees never go over and say, hi, guys, I'm a tree. We gave it the name. And because we gave it the name, we only see the name. It's like we've named the world and categorized it for usefulness, but then forgot that we've done so. And because we forgot we've done so, we believe we live in the world that is thought of the lines and the divisions and the this and the that and the other and the self and all the problems. So when we come back to really what's going on, like a newborn baby, just presence, just being. We don't have to forget about our knowledge and our categories, but we can use it and not be fooled thinking that that is reality because you are here. It's a great line. I think it originated with the Sufi poet Rumi. But he says, God speaks in silence, and everything else is a poor translation. Now, of course, like yesterday, you don't have to believe in God for that to be something of use, that kind of statement. Say, this moment is silent. This moment is just everything else we can say about it is a poor translation. Kind of like trying to describe what an orange tastes like to an alien or somebody who's never had an orange. You can describe it all you want, but until they peel and eat an orange, they won't know what it is like. So practice is coming back to experience, coming back to our senses, as it were. The place of true sanity and peace. Thank you for your time today. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.